incredibly seriously.
The next question, this came in from our Instagram audience, and this guy was at one point was massive in the UK. My own mother loved this man, and I would love to kind of get your thoughts on Cesar Millan.
I think Cesar is a single human that figured out early on that he could effectively himself alone get dogs to do things in a way that only he figured out within himself he could do. And I think that he figured this out and it was effective for him. The problem was it was not effective for everyone watching him. It's like a magician that's really good doing his act on stage, which is amazing. But then you go home and you try it and you're not only nearly as good, but you try and saw someone in half without knowing the backstory. And sometimes bad things happen and accidents happen and you end up creating a hot mess because you emulated someone doing something without the science and the know-how behind it. And potentially you can make the situation much worse. And I think that that's what happened with Cesar, that his philosophy and view and techniques are not replicatable in a way that is healthy for people to attempt to do on their own with not having any theory or training under their belt, and that it hasn't necessarily been effective or healthy for the dogs that have been recipients of humans trying to train their dogs in that fashion. And then that created upset, unhealthy, annoyed humans. And that also created a whole subcategory of upset, annoyed, frustrated dogs. And that has been a hot mess to try and reverse.
Yeah, and it was so interesting because I remember when, you know, the dog whisperer and whatnot was on the show. I remember, you know, I think there was that kind of feeling that people could watch it and then go out and, you know, and then begin to emulate what was happening. And I think that I kind of saw in my own life a lot of what you were talking about. So I definitely think that was real.
I think it's a little bit like Steve Irwin, who could approach a venomous snake and almost get into a rhythm where the snake and Steve could maybe understand each other, and they had a little thing going on where he would feel comfortable, be like, I'm gonna grab him by the head now and look at this, and here's the snake. And it's like, did he just do that? Yes, he did. I would not recommend that. There are plenty of people that saw those episodes and are like, I think I got that going on, and I'm going to try it in my backyard next time I have a copperhead pass by. And guess what? It did not go well. And that is because they thought that they had something that they did not have, and they had never handled a snake before, and it didn't go well for them. The exact same thing happens when people try and train their dog by watching something on TV. And that is not my suggestion as a veterinary wellness professional. You should not try and emulate doing training techniques, especially that are not necessarily rooted in any type of science. That is more of an emotional thing that was happening that can't be emulated because you're not him and that dog isn't your dog. And therefore those circumstances are not applicable to your situation.